So the Unilevel bonus is sometimes hard for people to understand. So you may want to get out a piece of paper and a pen, write down some questions, but make sure you put your thinking cap on right now, because there's a lot of numbers, and sometimes numbers throw people off. We all start as a distributor level or rank title when it comes to the Unilevel, when we start as a new affiliate. And the Unilevel is based on a point system. That point system is for every 2 euros in volume that is generated, you get 1 point. So the more volume creates more revenue for the company. The more revenue creates more income potential for you. So if we use that 1-to-2 ratio, if you had 50 points, that would be 100 euros in volume that is flowing through your business. Now what you have to understand is you don't get credit for your own volume. You need to start something. So when you go out and you start a new affiliate and they join the business, whether they're a customer or whether they're an affiliate, if they create volume, because you started them and you registered them and started a business, that volume flows through you. So if we were going to be a silver supervisor and we start moving up the ranks, that's 1,250 points. That'd be 2,500 euros in volume. Okay, we just double whatever the point value is. A gold supervisor, 2,500 points, is 5,000 euros in volume in a month. And our month runs from the 11th of the month until the 10th of the following month. So today, when we're doing this webinar, it's February 5th. We have 5 more days in this month. And then they'll stop time. They'll take an assessment of what your Unilevel looks like, and you're going to fall in the commission bracket of wherever you are, from 0.5% all the way up to 6%. Okay? So it goes from distributor to the supervisor levels, then it goes to the manager levels, and you can see that all your volume, based on however many personals you've registered, up to the gold manager level, is based on cumulative volume in a month. What that means is this: you may have gone out and registered Bob and Sally and Peter, and you have 3 personal affiliates that you've personally registered. You put them on one side or the other side, however it worked for you. But each one of those individuals was a new Unilevel startup for you. And cumulatively, you have all 3 of their volumes for all their teams to infinite volume beneath where you started it, flowing up through you. And if it adds up to 9,000 points or 18,000 euros in volume, you would be a gold manager. If you hold any of these ranks in the manager category for 3 consecutive times in a 12-month period, you have lifetime that title rank. So if I had held the silver manager for three times, 3 different months in a 12-month span of time, I would constantly and never ever go below a silver manager again. Okay? And this goes from 0.5% to 3.5%. And you get paid the differential on where you're at in rank and in percentage as to where your personal is. So in my example, if Bob was at 2% and he was a gold supervisor and I was a gold manager above him because I have other lines going, I would get the differential for his business from 3.5% minus the 2% that he gets. I'd get 1.5% on that volume. The more personally registered affiliates you have, the more income you're going to make in your Unilevel. And you guys, it can be very, very substantial. We get paid out once a month. That volume that'll stop on the 10th will load in our Unilevel pay bucket, and it will get distributed to us on the 1st of the following month. So we're working right now for until February 10th. When they turn off the spigot for that particular month, they turn it right back on after they calculate the figures. And that amount of money is going to go in our Unilevel bonus on our dashboard and Karatbars. We will not see that hit our MasterCard until the 1st of March. That's how this works, okay? So on the 11th of February, we're starting a whole new month, and it's going to go from the 11th of February all the way to March 10th. It'll load up in our bucket, and we'll get paid on April 1st for that. Now, it may be off a day or so if there's a holiday, or if it lands on a weekend and they can't send the money via our accounts on the weekend. but it is always right there. They'll either give it to us a day early, or they'll give it to us when everybody's back to work on a business day. Okay, but that's how it works up to 3.5%. It's cumulative volume. Let's look at this next slide. This next slide is when you're advancing a little bit more. There's more volume going through your business, and you get to the bronze director level. At the bronze director level, if you hit that ever, you don't have to hold it 3 times. You will always be at the status of gold manager at a minimum. You can never fall below that again. But a bronze director requires 2 lines. That means Bob and Sally. Okay, I had to register at least 2 lines. I may have 15 lines, but Bob's volume is at 4,000 in points, which is about 8,000 euros in volume, and Sally's is at 2,000 points, or about 4,000 euros in volume. Okay, if those 2 groups hold that volume, I'm going to be a bronze director for that month. I also have to have 50 contracts. That's 50 sales. That could be one person purchasing 1 gram of gold for the month. That could be another person purchasing a profit package. That could be another person buying $50,000 for the gold. Doesn't matter if it's a 1 gram order or a 50,000 gram, dollar order. Okay, it doesn't matter how much the amount. It's per cell, so we have to have 50 cells to do it. It's not the volume of any one cell, but it's the number of cells that have to go into it. If we were to be a bronze director, we get 4%, and we get the differential for each one of our lines. When you get to the silver director, you need to have 3 personal affiliates, and this is how it works when you need 3 for the volume requirement. We need 6,000, 3,000, and 2,000 respectively. Okay, so maybe Bob's at 6,000 volume, Sally's at 3,000 in volumes, and then the cumulative of the rest of my personal lines have to add up to 2,000 points, or 4,000 euros in volume. So it doesn't have to be 3 individual lines. The first 2 have to be solid themselves, but the third can be a combination of all the remaining lines that you have. And so it goes all the way up to gold director. Gold director elite means you're a qualified gold director and you've helped somebody in one of your lines do the same thing and become a gold director in your line. You have to have 300 contracts. No problem. Don't even worry about the contracts. What they're trying to prevent is that someone can't go out and have somebody that's a heavy hitter that's got a lot of money just to place a few orders and get the volume taken care of, but they don't have the contracts. They don't want people to have, fake themselves out where they've got a decent sized business. They've got to go out there and actually have enough contracts, enough sales to warrant that title as well. Okay, and as you move up, you go up to 5.5%. So that is how the Unilevel works. It's based solely on volume, based on gold purchases, profit packages, anything that creates volume and revenue for the company. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the generation bonus next. This is kind